So match day 3, round 3 if you like, of the English Premier League. 6 goals for Chelsea this weekend. Manchester City beaten at home, somewhat surprisingly, by Stoke. Liverpool, awesome really in many respects, at White Hart Lane. Arsenal held by Leicester. And Manchester United again, Andy, it would appear, with, if not growing problems, certainly many of the same that we've seen already this year.
It's been a terrific weekend, I think. We've had examples of everything that this league produces. Incredible football match. The one that happened at my old stomping ground at Goodison. It's fantastic entertainment. Shocks. Manchester City losing. Arsenal being held by a promoted side. Manchester United being held by a promoted side. And Liverpool just giving us a little example of what they're capable of. Against a very poor Tottenham side, I have to say, but Liverpool made them look second best.
What of Manchester United? Already Louis van Gaal's managed to get himself into the all-time top spenders, net spenders in the Premier League. I think he's 6th on the list, headed by Mark Hughes. But no sign yet, it would appear, of any improvement. What is going on there?
Don't know is the answer. He says he needs time. He's going to have to get it because there's absolutely no sign that it's improving. It's interesting, I said to you this weekend, I thought lack of combination play was stark. I mean, it was just so obvious there was nothing happening. Players that should be playing with each other, interacting with each other, aren't. And it was interesting, we had Graham Souness as a guest, and he said in one of our shows exactly what I had said there. He said he's seen no improvement in their play at all since the beginning of the season. And if I'm honest, Richard, neither have I. And I think he's a stubborn man, Louis van Gaal, but he might have to just bite his lip on this. And I don't know whether he's going to continue with 3 at the back. I think he's wrong to do so. I think it was wrong to start the season like that because the players don't know it. They're not good enough to cope with it. And I think had he stuck with a 4 and gone in better, I think they might have had better results.
Di Maria, what did you make of his debut?
Tidy, neat, everything that we saw from him. Passed the ball well, long and short. Ran with it well a couple of times. So there was a little cameo there of what he's going to be capable of. But he'll get better, he'll get stronger, he'll get to know the league. And he'll contribute greatly in that.
Although it was Everton, and that must have hurt, that were undressed, if you like, by Chelsea, Diego Costa with 2 more. And this is a player that you've made mention of already once or twice this season. You've expected, or are expecting, big things of him. He's delivering as well, isn't he?
Yeah, a lot of people who come into this league take time to settle. We've heard that said many, many times. I was absolutely confident he wouldn't need it. I love him as a footballer. He stretches defences, which allows talented, more gifted people probably to get and play in the space that he creates. He's always hungry to work. He plays every game. He's durable. That's what I like about him. I mean, 7 days ago he wasn't playing against Everton. 7 days ago he was out for 3 or 4 weeks with a muscle injury, and yet he pops up at Goodison, plays and gets his 4th goal of the season. It's been a remarkable start. I think Jose Mourinho will be delighted with his contribution. Chelsea players must love having him. It must be like getting Drogba back again. It really must. That's how highly I rate him. And he's shown us. He's shown us what he's there for. He's there to get goals. He's a finisher, and he'll get them.
What happened to City?
One of those days, and you get them. There's absolutely no doubt. They faced a side, and Mark Hughes' Stoke, that were wonderfully well organised, that defended narrow. By that I mean the width of the penalty area. Allowed City to go wide if they wanted. Happy that they could cope with any crosses that came in, but weren't let City fiddle little balls through. And when you do that and they're as compact as they were, you give yourself a good base, but you also need to be able to attack yourselves, and they did that. I thought in the counter-attack they were excellent. They should not have conceded the goal, Manchester City. It was a schoolboy error. To concede a goal from your own corner at this level is not good, and that would upset Pellegrini. But these games happen. I wouldn't be too worried if I was City. It's a bad result, but it's not a fatal result.
Graham Souness was categoric, would not have signed Balotelli. It was a no. He says he'll have a good season and ultimately Liverpool will wish they hadn't bought him. What did you make of him, and are you of that opinion?
Again, I thought he played well. I thought he had 3 or 4 very good opportunities. He should have scored. He should have made a goal-scoring debut for Liverpool today, but he contributed, he behaved himself. I think he will the majority of the time on the pitch. When we get to the really big games, the Manchester Uniteds, the Manchester Cities, the Merseyside derbies, they may be the games where Mario Balotelli's personality and temperament is tested to the full. But I think as long as he's playing, he'll be happy. And I think Brendan will play him. He'll be his new Suarez. He's got to be that. He's got to play him in that kind of role. And I think he'll enjoy it. I thought he did really well. He had a good hour of football, and I think he can only get better from here.
One word, if it's a negative, don't bother to expand. If it's a positive, tell me. But did we learn anything from this weekend we didn't know?
No.